But yeah, they drop these chunks of chitin, which you can then use to make armor. And I don't remember exactly how it is that you get the eggs, but there is a way that you can get eggs from the... Oh, I cannot imagine playing this on hardcore. It would have been over, like, the first, I don't know, few minutes of playing, probably. And the thing about this server is we haven't even experienced a blood moon yet. And that is one of the things that needs to be dealt with. Watching a couple of other playthroughs, I've seen people... no, this isn't a server. This is a single player world. Poisoned and in a spider web, and I'm gonna die again. Yep. The cave spiders in this mod pack always seem to be a little bit more vicious than the normal ones. Oh, this is going to take forever. It'll be faster to just do that. And I hear a witch. A witch that is suffocating? Nope. I want none of it. Get away from me. That is a cave spider on a cave spider. I've actually kind of been avoiding going to the Nether. This mod pack is scary enough. Oh, back to game. J. I know that I will need to go at some point, but I'm just kind of trying to put it off for as long as possible. Can always use more string though. And where did that cave spider go? There's spawners. Yeah, I do have some cotton growing back at the house. It just tends to take a while to grow unless you have a lot of bone meal. And poisoned again. There we go. Ah! Seriously, go away! I don't like you. You're mean and you repeatedly try to kill me. It's very hard to run away when you keep putting me into a web. And I'm stuck in the floor. I am going to go to sleep since it is nighttime outside. Not that it's going to help mob spawning in here. Because I hear husks. And another death. See, now I'm just stubborn. I could just grab my stuff and leave. Get out of the bed, please. Thank you. Oh, nice. Repairing it like this doesn't make you lose the enchant. And lag. Hello. I think it's specific to certain mods. And one of these days I will remember to grab food when I'm back at base. But it won't be today. Or not this time. If I could get in here and break the spawners, we'll be all good. Oh, that is a lot of stuff. Ow. Get away from me! Alright, definitely going to be coming back to pick up this stuff. And probably remembering a shulker box as well. Because that is one thing that I keep forgetting when we go out exploring, and that would be very, very useful. What did I just throw in there that I didn't mean to? I have no idea. I did need to throw you in there, though. And I know that there are some people hey, cool meeper. How are you doing? Anyway, I know that there are some people that don't necessarily like the whole being able to teleport back to your death point thing, but it makes this mod pack a lot easier. You end up spending a lot less time running around. not making any progress. I do want to keep the iron. That would be good to repair things. I don't know where that torch just went. The mushroom can go up there for now, since we'll need it for a quest later. Aloe does not go in there, but you guys do. I will put the aloe in there for now, though I think that it can be used as a potions ingredient. I didn't remember off the top of my head. Nice! A silk touch pickaxe. That can go in there. The iron can go in there. Keep the arrows on me. You guys can go in there. The shovel will stay. Clean all of this stuff out. And there's actually some pretty cool weapons that you can make through the Ice and Fire mod. But for that, I do need to remember to bring bottles with me when I'm out exploring, because I need to collect dragon's blood. The bow can go in there for now. The iron. Okay, I think that's good. That can go in the backpack. Snag some more armor while we're here. And earplugs. Earplugs are going to be a thing that we might need. Because the sirens are no fun if you run into them unprepared. I'm sort of hoping that by traveling along the coast, we'll end up running into one of their... I'm stuck in the floor again. We'll end up running into one of their nests. Not all of them. The dragon bone sword, which I can make... almost make now, except for the Botania stuff and the Witherbone, which is probably going to require me going to the Nether. So that might be a little out of reach. But if you get that, that is a different recipe than I'm used to. Gotta love it when the mod pack changes the recipes up on ya. Remember to put armor on, that would be useful. Is there another floor above this one? No, that just opens up into the top of the temple. But there is a basement. And I would bet that we have another few painful deaths before clearing this out. Ah! Not the first death of the series, definitely not the last. Remove you, remove you, remove you. There is a cow floating through the air. And there's a chicken in here somewhere. But that's kind of the nice thing about dying and being teleported away is, you know, mobs despawn. Hi, chicken. Why are you attacking me? I think that I hear... I hear something. I'm not sure what kind of cult this is. It was found in a pyramid, though. So, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I'm vaguely familiar with ancient Egyptian. I think we're also under part of the Miramax den. And that's why there's that weird, creepy hissing. Because they might still be a little angry with me for invading their nest earlier. The loot tables are definitely pretty good. If you're persistent enough to... That is a wither skull. I actually think that they can. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that they can dig through blocks to a certain degree. Curse of binding, curse of vanishing. Does this just lead outside the temple? I think it does. Ah! Go away. And it is nighttime. Okay, I hear my hippogriff now. I was gonna say I don't hear him, and that makes me very worried. That's one of the, soldiers. Ow! And you have to be really careful around these lizards, because they will steal things from you. Nope, creeper. I am stuck in a spider web. Yet again. Yeah, I did accidentally hit the hippogriff. It was a panic swing upon being attacked by something. Some of the mobs have special abilities, and one of them is like the web slinging to slow you down or stop you. But yeah, this flying guy here is one of the soldiers, I think. And they're generally pretty docile unless you attack them first. The nests in general are typically pretty docile unless you attack them first. I just happened to attack that one because I was curious. And there's a fire dragon. Stay there, friend. What do you think? Can we take him down with 42 arrows? Depending on how good of a shot I am. So this guy here is a tier 3 fire dragon. They are the only ones that you will find naturally spawning above ground. The tier 4 or 5 dragons you will only find underground unless they've broken blocks and ended up on the surface. And he's flying now. Can use this time to go collect some of the mist arrows. And hopefully me being in his nest will lure him back in. But it looks like right now he's off. Oh, he's coming back. Ah! Yep. The mechanics with them are sometimes a little bit interesting. Yes, the underground female ones, the tier 4 or 5, are the only ones that will drop eggs. A little bit of lag. Where did he? Yeah, there he is. I'm trying to not die, but at the same time... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why I do that. There's no specific reasoning. Ah! Of all the times to fall into a pit, it's when I'm... I'm not sure how many hearts he's at, but if I get any closer, he's going to light me on fire. Which is also why I was running this way, because I didn't want to lead him close to my hippogriff. I have 5 arrows left. I think that these guys are typically in the 200 heart range. I'm out of arrows. Ow. Well, that's one way to get back quickly. Gravel. Do have some more arrows in here. I'm gonna go back and he's gonna end up regenning. I don't know if they actually do regen over time or not. There we go. More arrows. And teleport back before my ghostly shape wears off. Would help if I could actually hit the target. Seriously, how much health do you have? Too close. Too close. Ow. Oy. Where's my grave? My grave is up on a tree. There's a cow that she toasted. We're too close to my hippogriff. Seriously, would you just die already? There we go. I had 3 arrows left. And of course I left all the glass bottles at home. So no dragon blood out of this one, but got some dragon scales. So that'll be useful towards armor. And yay, my hippogriff survived! I was so worried when the dragon started heading this direction that it was going to end up toasting the poor hippogriff. Nope, into the water. And these guys, they usually have some decent loot. And then of course all the gold that you can come back through and pick up. You. Got a bunch more efficiency axes. And again, if anyone has any naming suggestions for the 2 hippogriffs, we have this gray one here, and then there's a dark brown one back at home. Yeah, feel free to post them in chat, either here or on YouTube. And if anybody is curious about, you know, the whole series since the beginning, then I do have a YouTube channel where I post these videos, and you can find the links to that in the panels below the stream. I am very surprised I didn't end up landing on a cactus. Well, this is a different sort of dungeon. That is a Stargate. Those might be good names. That just leads back topside. This is a Stargate. Oh. Huh. I'm actually not sure. I mean, I know what it is from the TV series, but I've never actually messed around with the mod before. But in the TV series, a Stargate was used by a alien species called the Goa'uld, and it was used to basically go to different planets and get people to work for them. One of the premises of the series is that the ancient Egyptian gods were actually Goa'uld. And that's how the pyramids were built. There's a dragon skeleton. That was a stage 4 dragon. Enjoy your food, Muddy. But yeah, there are all sorts of cool little builds that you can find sort of dotted around the place. Some of them are spawners. Some of them just sort of are there. Oh, and there's another hippogriff. 2 more hippogriffs. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials that I need to get them back home. No trade's worthwhile yet. There are cyclopses in the game. So it might have been one of them. Or another dragon. So here's a nice another jungle biome. I don't see any amphitheaters, though. A little bit of lag. There is a temple. Ah! And more mushrooms! I think that these will be the last mushrooms that we need for that quest. Tree. Let me move. Do I not have... I must have moved my arrows into... into the shulker box. So there is redstone down there. Is that the only chest that there is? Nope, didn't want those. Wanted the torches. Ow! Ow. It's not very nice to shoot somebody. Is it a vanilla dungeon? Huh. That's not what I wanted. Let's see what of this mess I can stuff in here. Of course, I tossed there. I was gonna say, of course, I tossed the arrows in there. It has a hidden chest as well. I know that there's this one. Is this the puzzle that you're talking about here? Her pistons move somewhere. Huh. Was that what I was looking for? Oh. Okay. Eh. Nope, didn't want to do that. Don't really want grape seeds. And that's why there's a trash can for a reason. Okay, sleep real quick. Opens a hidden chest under the stairs. Like this set of stairs here? Or the set of stairs down into the basement itself? Because there was a chest down there, and that's the one that we grabbed here. Hmm. Whee! Yeah, I'm not seeing another chest. Now let's see if we can get out of here. There we go. was something... Okay, that's a meteor. It's been a while since I've played vanilla Minecraft as well. Every now and then I'll pop onto one of the vanilla servers that a friend of mine has. But for the most part, I've just kind of been sticking with modded stuff. There's a village. Not that I've got much room for loot currently, but can see if they've got anything interesting to... They have an anvil. That might come in handy. I think it probably only has like 1 or 2 more uses left in it, but... And this is one of those points where I actually really wish that I had a golden lasso or something. Because then I could just sort of put the hippogriff into one of the golden lassos and teleport home. But instead, let me see which waypoint it is and get rid of all these deaths. Let me make that a slightly more obvious color. There we go. So at this point, I think we're going to go ahead and start making the long journey back home, because we do have a few quests that we can complete. We will definitely be coming back out here, though, because there's some cool stuff that I want to explore. And the next time that we go exploring, I will definitely remember to bring the stuff to A, potentially handle an amphitheater, and B, potentially get another hippogriff or 2. Because I have a bad habit of collecting animals in modded. There's an amphitheater. But we currently don't have the stuff to handle it right now. If I try, it will end up killing me. But at least we know that they do spawn out there. And this is going to be a long trip home. With a quick pit stop to see one of the Cyclopses. This is what they look like. And he is currently eating zombies. We have 1 or 2 of those guys living near the house currently. And I did try to take the one closest to the house out. actually surprisingly hard to kill. But yeah, one of the goals for the series is to try to get at least one of every tameable mob from Fire and Ice. Or Ice and Fire is the name of the mod pack. I'm veering just a little bit off course here. It depends on the mob. The hippogriffs you tame with rabbit's feet. The dragons, you can only tame by getting one of the eggs. So to do that, you have to find a female tier 4 or 5 dragon. And at least... Ow. I'm going to have to expand this pen a little bit so that they don't risk suffocating, and I don't risk suffocating. I don't think that you can tame a Cyclops. They're considered a hostile mob type. But let me see if I have any information. I currently don't. I need to get more pages of the manuscript so that I can expand the bestiary, and that would... as far as the mobs in this mod pack go, all of the information that you need will be contained in the bestiary. How to tame them, how many types there are. It occasionally gives some tips on how to, you know, take them down. Did I pick up more? I did pick up some more. Let's see, Cyclopses. Where is the tab? Cyclopses. Woe to those who explore the expanses of the world's beaches, for a beast taller than a dragon lurks in the seaside caves. The Cyclops is a monstrous beast with a single eye. Although it is fearsome to nearly all living things, Cyclopses make skilled shepherds. Cyclopses can often be found guarding decent-sized flocks of sheep. Most Cyclopses make their homes from dug-out sea caves on the shore. Inside these caves lay both remnants of the Cyclops' last meals and significant treasures, aside from sheep. Cyclopses are very vigilant creatures, able to see potential prey and threats from afar. However, due to them having one eye, this ability can be severely dampened. By taking an arrow and aiming it right at the beast's eye, they can potentially blind the monster. A blinded Cyclops has greatly reduced perception of its environment. One can then be much closer to the Cyclops without being detected. Another way to avoid the Cyclops' gaze would be to disguise oneself as a sheep. This can be done by crafting the sheep disguise armor. Wearing a full set of armor and sneaking makes one practically invisible to the Cyclops. All these precautions should be taken when dealing with such a strong creature, as one bite from a Cyclops is enough to decapitate. Which we learned in maybe the 3rd or 4th episode of this series. And that's about it, as far as information on the Cyclopses go. So at least according to the book, there's no way to tame them. do I still have the... Yes, I do. So the one that we fought, this guy is the skull. This is a tier 3 fire dragon skull. This is a tier 4 fire dragon skull. So not a terrible amount of difference, but definitely a bigger beast to try and handle. The tier 5, which is the largest that you can get, is another size up. And I have a few of these skulls lying around. I think we've taken out 4 tier 3 fire dragons so far. The ice dragon skull was from a skeleton that we found. And then the stage 4 fire dragon skull was from another skeleton that we found. Time to get that last mushroom and hopefully complete that quest. And then toxic mixture is mushrooms, magic compound, and an empty cell. How does one make magic compound again? Helps if I spell things right. That is appetite, poppy, dandelion, a water bucket, and my inventory is a mess again. I haven't made the sheep armor yet. Might be something that I'll look into in a further episode, or at least work on the process in between episodes and then test it out in the next episode. And empty cell. So it was you, and 3 mushrooms. And then liquid poison, which is the toxic mixture smelted. What am I looking for? I have no idea what I'm looking for. That doesn't go in there. That does seem to be the way quest progression is going. And apparently from there we can finally make an actual brewing stand. It is really nice. They do a pretty good job of walking you through sort of what connects to what and making sure that you have the things that you need before you progress on to the next stage. So an arrow of poison is 8 arrows around a poison cell. Now watch as I inevitably end up shooting myself with one of those poison arrows. They're pretty cool. They usually give a description of. There's a little bit of story to them, and there's also, information on what the device can be used for, that sort of thing, especially when you get into the more machine type stuff. So from here, it's a brewing stand. Look into the chapter, ores, alloys, and smeltery, as well as white magic tier 1. And it's also nice because they tell you where you need to go to find the other bits and pieces that you need to make that particular item. I don't have any blaze rods. I do believe that that will require going to the Nether. Mechanism is... where? But if mechanism is here, that means wind power is here. Wind... Yay, they have wind generators! I absolutely love those things. Anyway, I think with that bit of exploring done and arriving back home safe, I might go ahead and call the stream here. But thank you very much to everyone who showed up for the stream. It's very much appreciated. I should be back Wednesday with Perfect World International. It's a MMORPG. It's pretty cool. And then Friday might be Dead by Daylight. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and thank you again for stopping by. So long!